I wanted to move on to speak fairly directly to the target audience here, and I was wondering if you uh, had any suggestions on what employers or even academia universities could do differently to help support people who are looking to enter or transition into the industry.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel I can definitely speak on this. Someone who's been in academia for a long time and then moved on to a national lab and now to industry. I think there are several key areas that organizations can do to support people, maybe starting with industry-sponsored positions in academia. So Capgemini as an organization has historically done this quite well, and we are at Quantum Lab itself. We are looking to do something similar as well. So watch out for more announcements fairly soon.
Yeah.
But I would also say, even when you are part of academic groups, thinking about collaborative research projects with the industrial end user would add a massive value. And someone, for example, who's doing their PhD, if they are able to do an industrial postdoc as opposed to just going to academic postdoc, that again would be a really good way to translate everything that they've learned in academia and apply it to industrial problems. And I was lucky enough to be at NQCC, where they have been working quite hard and creating partnerships between universities and industries. And we also have lots of different hubs here in the UK, which is a fantastic way to be involved. And it's a good meeting place, going to meetings and conferences where you are able to interact and engage with industrial partners and actually see what are some problems that people in the industry are facing and how do we add value.
Cool. So for these people who are looking to enter the industry, maybe we could point them in the right direction here. Do you have any role models in the industry?
Oh, plenty. I'll name two of them. So one of them is Elam Kashafi. So she wears so many hats. That's incredible. So among other things, she's a chief scientist at the National Quantum Computing Center. She leads the Quantum Software Lab. She's a director at CNRS and also a professor at Sorbonne University, and I think co-founder of at least one or two startups. So I don't know how she manages her time. So a fantastic person doing lots of different things, wearing multiple hats. But on top of all of that, a wonderful human too. I really do think that human element is what makes her really shine. And I value and cherish our conversation. She does a lot of cool work. If everyone's listening, there's Quantum Fringe happening in Scotland, Edinburgh, later in June. So I would encourage checking it out if you're new to the field. So Elham is a fantastic person, and I consider a role model for myself. The other person, so someone whom I do not know that well personally, but I've met him on a couple of different occasions. It's Olivier Ezrati. So his influence on the quantum computing landscape is quite quite phenomenal. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of his posts or reports that he writes. Uh, Plenty of comprehensive analysis on different topics, most recently on Microsoft's announcement. And his annual reports have been quite educational for me. And it's not just the topics that he talks about, but how he talks about things. It's his ability to synthesize a lot of complex technical information, but yet make it very clear in terms of like what is actually valuable and how do you connect technical innovation to business value on the other end. And given his background of working in like lots of different fields over the last like 25, 30 years, I think he has a really good understanding of not just the quantum ecosystem, but the wider technological ecosystem. And those insights are fantastic. But what I do value from him is how he communicates these thoughts, bringing in the overall bigger picture. So yeah, I do want to highlight both Alam and Olivier as my role models.
That's great. Thank you. That communication, demystifying technologies. I feel that skill is only going to become more valuable as time goes on. As
Yeah.
things get closer to the public. Thank you for sharing. It's really interesting. So I wanted to move on to my final question. So this
Mhm.
is really general, but it's the one that interests me the most. And have you seen anything in quantum computing or quantum technology, or even generally just in general tech? Have you seen anything recently that really excites you?
Oh, lots of different things. I mean, the reason I'm in quantum is because there's an excitement pretty much on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Something that I'm genuinely excited about is the next couple of years, because until now, we've been discussing what quantum means, and we've worked on a lot of different toy models and examples, and we've laid the foundations. But increasingly so, people have realized over the last 12 months, more so than not, that we actually need to show where the business value comes from. And in order to do that, we not just have to like focus on smaller problems in isolation, but how do we think about the overall impact of where quantum fits in? So there has been a lot of emphasis by multiple organizations on thinking about this end-to-end pipelines, including at Capgemini, and which we have been working on the last few years. And I'm genuinely looking forward to bringing in these different parts of the puzzle, because at the end of the day, it feels like this massive puzzle piece. And again, no one person or one organization can solve it all. And we are beginning to see multiple organizations come together, form this consortia to figure out how do we solve this bigger problems. So yeah, that's something that I'm really looking forward to, where different organizations do come together and we're able to solve these tough problems and contribute to the ecosystem.
Great. Thank you very much. Well, Fargo, I'd like to really thank you for joining me today. It's been a really interesting discussion. I've really enjoyed it. I hope everyone else listening, I'm sure the millions listening at home, I'm sure they've enjoyed it as well. And I, I hope they tune in to both parts of this edition, because I've really enjoyed it. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to you watching at home, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.